Imagine arriving in a city where nothing seems impossible, where every horizon is filled with glittering towers and breathtaking ideas turned into reality. Dubai is not just a city, it is a living vision, born out of the desert, rising with audacity and brilliance. As you look around, you feel as if you have stepped into the future, where imagination meets determination, and where luxury is not just an option, but the very air you breathe. From the tallest skyscrapers to the most extravagant resorts, Dubai has redefined what it means to live in a world of superlatives. You find yourself drawn into its rhythm. A city that never sleeps, where day and night melt into each other beneath the desert sky. The skyline glitters like a necklace of diamonds, each building competing with the next to be taller, brighter, more iconic. You sense immediately that this is not a place that settles for ordinary. Every detail around you whispers one message. Here, limits do not exist. And as your gaze stretches beyond the dazzling skyscrapers, you notice something extraordinary rising from the sea. A palm-shaped island, a symbol of ambition so daring that the world once doubted it could ever be built. Yet here it is, Palm Jumeirah, an artificial wonder carved out of the waters of the Persian Gulf, visible even from space. Standing at its base, you realize that this is not simply an island, but a masterpiece of human engineering. Each frond holds villas and mansions, private beaches and pools, where the world's elite come to hide away from the ordinary. At the very heart of this island lies a place that has redefined what luxury means. Atlantis The Royal. A resort that has shaken the definition of opulence, setting a new standard for extravagance that few can even imagine, let alone touch. As you approach, its towers seem to rise like a shimmering sculpture of glass and light, each block stacked like a giant game of perfection. It doesn't simply stand on Palm Jumeirah, crowns it. The architects designed it to be a global icon, a symbol of Dubai's endless ambition, and when you see it, you cannot look away. Stepping inside feels like entering a parallel universe. You are greeted not just by elegance, but by a sensation that everything here is meant to exceed expectations. The air is infused with subtle fragrances. The marble floors glisten beneath your feet. And everywhere you turn, water, fire, and light dance in perfect harmony. In this palace of dreams, nothing is too extravagant, no request too bold. Here, you are not simply a guest. You are royalty. Imagine walking to your suite, though to call it a suite feels almost too modest. These are not rooms, but sanctuaries, suspended between sea and sky. Floor-to-ceiling windows, frame views that stretch endlessly across the Arabian Gulf on one side and the dazzling Dubai skyline on the other. Some suites offer private infinity pools on balconies so high you feel like you are floating above the world. Butler service is not an add-on here, it is a given, available around the clock with a single gesture. Every desire is fulfilled. As evening falls, you find yourself surrounded by the glow of fire and water. The fountain show erupts before your eyes, flames rising against the night sky as water dances in impossible patterns. You feel the heat, you hear the roar, and for a moment, it is as if nature itself has been choreographed to perform just for you. Few places in the world leave such an impression. But here, even the elements are transformed into art. And then comes the dining experience. Atlantis The Royal is not simply a hotel, is a culinary kingdom. Imagine choosing between 17 restaurants, each one curated by world-renowned chefs whose names alone are enough to fill entire stadiums. From the legendary Nobu to the avant-garde creations of Heston Bloom, every meal becomes a story. Every dish, a masterpiece. Whether it is caviar by the pool or the most delicate sushi crafted before your eyes. Food here is not about satisfying hunger, it's about creating memories that linger long after the last bite. The pools themselves are a world of wonder. Picture yourself at Cloud 22, the sky-high infinity pool set 90 meters above the ground. You step into the water, and suddenly the city unfolds beneath you. Palm Jumeirah curves into the horizon, the Arabian Gulf glimmers endlessly, and the skyline stands proud in the distance. Around you, elegant cabanas, soft music, cocktails designed like works of art. You float there, half dreaming, half awake, wondering if this is real or if you've stepped into a fantasy. And yet, Atlantis the Royal is not only about luxury, it is about experiences that leave you transformed. You can walk through an aquarium tunnel where exotic marine life drifts past in silence. You can dive into world-class spas where centuries-old wellness traditions blend with futuristic treatments. You can wander through art installations where fire cascades down walls of water and crystals glisten in light like captured stars. Dubai itself only adds to the enchantment. Beyond the walls of Atlantis, the Royal, the city pulses with possibilities. You can soar to the top of the Burj Khalifa, the tallest building on Earth, and watch the desert stretch endlessly on one side and the ocean shimmer on the other. You can explore souk filled with gold and spices, where every cent and shimmer tells a story of ancient trade and modern wealth. You can glide through the desert in luxury SUVs, dine under starlit skies, or ski on snow in the middle of the desert. Every moment feels surreal, and yet, in Dubai, the surreal is reality. Returning to Palm Jumeirah, you realize that this island itself is a symbol of dreams turned tangible? Shaped like a palm tree, stretching 5 kilometers into the sea, it is home to billionaires, celebrities, and visionaries. Villas with private beaches line the fronds, while the central trunk pulses with high-end hotels, restaurants, and boutiques. To stand here is to stand on a man-made wonder, a creation that seemed impossible but now feels inevitable. A reminder of what human imagination can achieve when combined with ambition. And in the very crown of this creation, Atlantis the Royal glows like a beacon. It is not just a hotel, it is a statement. A statement that luxury can always be redefined, that no boundary is final, and that in Dubai, the future is already here. As the night deepens, you gaze once more at the horizon. The Arabian Gulf stretches out, silver under the moonlight, while behind you the city glitters like a jewel in the desert. You realize that you are standing at the intersection of past and future, tradition and innovation, nature and man. Dubai has shown you what is possible when the word impossible is erased from the dictionary. And Atlantis the Royal, rising proudly from Palm Jumeirah, has shown you what it feels like to live inside a dream. This is not just a destination. It is an experience, a sensation, a story that will stay with you forever. In Dubai, the extraordinary is not rare, it is expected. And once you have seen it, you will never look at the world the same way again.